Hi foodies, so the first thing we do is we get our coconut, and then you can pierce some holes in what we call the coconut eyes and drain out the coconut water. That's if you care to, drink it, because if you just crack it open, it's just gonna run out, right? Then, of course, break the coconut using whatever tool you like. Of course, if you want to use the coconut shell for bowls, then you want to be a little more precise to get some neat bowls. After this, you just need to get a strong paring knife or even a dinner knife. And then, of course, you put the point of the knife between the flesh and the husk, and then just wiggle and rock back and forth until you loosen the coconut meat from the shell, okay? Of course, you can grate it just like this, or you could peel off that brown exterior, depending on what you are using it for. So what I'm going to do is blend it with a little coconut water and water. So the same coconut water that I poured out, I'm using that with some water. You can grate it if you prefer, but I'm just going to blend it. And then I'm using the shredded coconut. So the coconut pulp, I'm using that for the dumpling. And then the milk, I will use it for something else. If you want to, you can squeeze the milk completely from the pulp and use the pulp, or you could leave it moist. So I set aside the pulp that I need, and then the rest I'm gonna squeeze it until I get out all of that milk to make another dish. So for the dough, guys, I'm using all-purpose flour and the coconut flour, but you could use only all-purpose if you prefer, okay? Then I'm adding salt and a little sugar. And of course, I'm going to add the coconut pulp. If you don't have coconut flour, just replace the amount with more all-purpose flour. If you use the coconut flour, it's a little softer, I find, than when you use only all-purpose flour, but both ways are delicious. So we'll just scrape all the coconut pulp in there, and it's a little moist because I didn't completely squeeze out this one, okay? Then you can add a little water, just a little, because the coconut is moist with that milk, right? Then knead this until you get a soft but not wet dough. Just add a little water as you go along. You want a dough that is smooth and soft but not wet, okay? Make sure the water is boiling rapidly before you start to make those dumplings, okay? If you want to, you can allow the dough to rest before you form the dumplings. It'll be nice and smooth and much softer. But if you're not fussy about it being super smooth and super soft, just go right ahead and make your dumplings. And to make the dumpling, you just pinch off a piece. And all we're trying to do is form a circle, okay? We're doing dumplings Jamaican style. So you can just fold it into itself until you get a nice circle. You can roll it in your palm and then just tap it, and that's it. So these are going to be boiled for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how big you make your dumplings. Once this comes back up to a boil, then I give it a stir to make sure none of them are sticking to the bottom of the pot. So allow it to boil and just keep your eye on it, because sometimes dumplings tend to stick to the bottom of the pot. Once these are cooked, you want to serve them hot. You can have them with whatever you like, but I love to have them for breakfast. I use some of the milk to make salt mackerel rundown, and that's what I had with the coconut dumplings. Of course, some plantain on the side. This was so tasty. I hope you try it out. And let me know in the comments if you've ever had coconut dumplings. Thanks for watching. See you next time.